What's the deal with getting a good night's rest, say 7-8 hours of sleep a night? Why is it so important to people who follow keto like this guy? Hi, if you're new to this channel, I'm Slick Nick, your personal keto bro. I am so excited that I have earned my master's in bro science. Translation, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian, a nutritionist, even a personal trainer. I'm just some dude with a camera who's pushing 40, who has a goal of getting down to 17% body fat, who's accidentally stumbled into this whole keto thing, and I really, truly love it. I have made a video, I'll put a link right there for you, where it explains the 5 pillars of being full keto. It's not just simply about eating a bunch of fat and not eating carbs. That would, in essence, lead you to a life choice of becoming dirty keto, which means it would be very temporary and then it'd be done and you gain all the way back. Now, the 5 pillars, and I created this concept. Number 1, filling up on fat and fiber. Number 2, fasting. Number 3, drinking at least a gallon of water a day. Number 4, walking 2 to 3 miles a day. And then number 5, getting enough sleep. Say 7 hours. 7 for me is my perfect number. Basically, I sleep 7 hours, and even without my alarm, I just wake up wide awake. That's how it is if you're me. But 7 to 8 hours, ultimately, depending on the person. But for me, it's 7. That's the magic number. And the whole concept is, and I've talked about this in other videos, whereas the first couple of pillars of my concept are all about managing insulin, keeping your body where it really doesn't trigger much insulin at all, if not just the very little a day. For example, I only have between 25 and 50 grams of carbohydrates a day, and it's at my last meal around 6 p.m. So that's all about balancing the insulin. Same thing with fasting. You're not triggering your insulin whatsoever until after you have your first meal at 2 o'clock. So as far as some of these other parts of the pillars, we're looking at getting exercise, the kind of exercise that's not going to build body fat like running will. Running can actually keep fat on here. So for my nap, I just said nap, like I have kids, so that's probably why I said that. So for me, sleeping, we're talking about the 8 hours up to, but for me, 7. How do I do it? How do I go to sleep? Well, here's my secrets. For one, I invest in this sleepy time. I do 2 of these bags. And then also I do creatine, which already I'm doing because I'm weight training 6 days a week. I mix in a little bit of just unsweetened almond milk in there, just to kind of get it down. And then as I'm actually going to bed, I'll take with me a can or 2 of something like this. We keep our house stocked full of these bubblies. Of course, it's 0 calories. Now, if you're getting serious about cutting fat and you're trying to go for a 6-pack or something, you might not want that because it could cause bloating. But I'm not at that point where that's really going to matter. And for me, just it makes it easier for me to fall asleep and feel full. And I like the way they taste. I mean, which one was that? That was peach. We got mango, we got watermelon, we got limoncello, man, so many good ones. So those are things I do to help make sure that I fall asleep. And as I get up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, like say usually 2 a.m. often is the case, it's very important to me that I never look at my phone. I don't turn on any kind of screen. I have just enough light to guide myself to the bathroom, and then I'm back to bed, maybe a sip of bubbly or whatever, seltzer water, unsweetened, and back to sleep. Because if I allow my mind to go open, then I could be up another hour. It's going to disrupt my sleep, and then that's going to actually lead to more cortisol, which is more belly fat. It's going to make my workout not so successful because I wouldn't have got good rest. So there's definitely some circular reasoning how this whole insulin and cortisol thing are based on each other. That's why I created this 5-step method for you to keep up with all 5. They're all 5 important, and they're all related. As for me, I'm about to go ahead and stir up some of my creatine. It makes me tired. It does. It also, helps with muscle recovery. But for me personally, it makes me tired. So here it is. It's a little after 7. I've already finished eating. Now, granted, you can say, well, isn't there some calories in this? Yeah, there's like 1 carb in this. So I'm gonna go ahead and hurry up and do that. I try to do this as close to 7 as I can because in theory, it counts as my window of eating is between 2 and 7. So technically, this is not going to really disrupt my insulin much at all, and I know that. But already my insulin spiked from the sweet potato, the half a sweet potato, and the blueberries I had like an hour ago. So this isn't really going to mess up much. But also, I wouldn't want to do this right before I go to bed. That's what the seltzer water is for. Thanks for watching. Your comments belong right here. And remember, this is my research. You should do your research. This is my research. I'm experimenting on myself. You get to be entertained by it. You get insight from it. You get to imagine that you do not have to participate. I don't need you to be keto. This is just about me. You're watching and learning from my experience. So if I fail, you get to watch me fail. If I succeed, you get to see me succeed. Either way, I don't need you to do keto. It's not important to me. What you do, it's not important to me. But this whole keto thing, this is for me only. Don't need other people to do it. And it's funny because when people live such an extreme lifestyle like this, a lot of people they're doing this to try to preach to other people to be like them. I'm not that way. This is pure entertainment for you, and really, truly, a science experiment for me to see. I mean, that's the thing. Either this is going to work, or it's not. And it's not gonna take a whole year to figure that out. So far, I've only seen success, and I've only enjoyed it. It's been great. That's what I know so far. I'm gonna keep making these videos, you keep watching them, and we'll see what we can learn. Okay, now you can leave the comment.